What's up, Peep Squad? Peep Squad is in the building, baby. How y'all doing, my peeps, my peoples? Let's get into it. Let's talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 8. It is going down. There was a whole lot of dissing going on, baby. And Drew got read the most tonight. Like, what's happening? What is going on in this situation? Drew seems like she is the odd man out. She better keep swinging and she better keep fighting because, baby, everybody's clicked up. In any event, tonight, when Marlo said, I don't work out, I get lipo, and then she says that isn't that what Drew did? I was like, Lord have mercy, that girl sitting there trying to promote this business, trying to be the face of this business, whatever this business is, whatever she getting some money from, or whatever the case may be. Marlo said, I do not work out, I get lipo, just like Drew did. I was like, girl, you ain't got no friends, Drew, for real. You know, it's just one of them situations that Drew is just, you know, she's left out in the dark. It's just one of them situations, point blank, period. I was like, And let's not even get into the situation when it comes to Shereé. Like Shereé being shady too. Shereé was very shady towards Drew, but Drew, you know, pointed out that Shereé don't be coming out with her clothes. She by Shereé. Where is it? Where is it going to be? Okay. But in any event, Shereé basically said, Shereé really, you know, got up into, you know, Drew, basically saying between Drew horrible makeover and the way that she's doing these moves, I can see why she looked like a can of busted biscuits. Busted biscuits. Like, yo, why they shading Drew so bad? Like, Lord, like, come on. You got Sonia and Kenya questioning, you know, the lady Jackie from Chicago, and basically got all up into the business, know what's going on and what's happening. Like, Drew, Drew, you should have talked to that lady a little bit more. You should have schooled Jackie on not to answer any questions. Just look at her and ask them to refer their questions to you, okay? But in any event, if you the face of something, you the face of it. Hopefully, you know, you getting a little paycheck from that, and possibly, you know, you can see the books. But one thing is for sure, Kenya did give you a heads up. You know, Kenya was nice in the situation. She did say that she feels like your business is actually legit, you know, and she feels like, okay, it's a real business, but, you know, when it comes to Drew, she's just the face of the business. She don't see the books, okay? I was like, Lord have mercy, mercy. I was like, it is like Drew is just getting read up and down these streets, baby. What's up, Hickerson? What's up, Norris? What's up, Sweet Brown Sugar 504? How you doing? What's going on? He wasn't playing with Marlo. I kind of wanted to. Ooh, I know you did, girl. I know you did. Kenya's face and her lips and everything in her hand, it was just getting closer. Like, if I think it was Monietta show and she didn't jump in and put that hand in the middle, you know, it could have went there. But Kenya wanted Marlo to know that I'm not playing and I'm not scared. And Marlo was basically saying, I'm not afraid of you and I'm not scared of you. I'm going to get up under your skin. I'm going to do whatever it is that I need to do. So it seems like Marlo may have just brought up the situation with Kenya, you know, seeing Mark, you know, what's going on with that relationship. And then she talked about Kenya's booty, blase the third. But in any event, it seems like maybe that's what she only did to Kenya, because the rumor was before the season started that Marlo went down the street and she went to go holler at Mark daily and basically was trying to get some information on Kenya. So maybe this is the scene that they are alluding to, or maybe Marlo really went down the street to try to get some information about, you know, Kenya from her soon to be ex-husband. But in any event, yes, it is going down, y'all. I was like, oh, and I was like, I don't know if Kenya's gonna face any backlash when it comes to Kandi, because basically Kenya dropped the beans and let it be known that Kandi ain't messing with you. Kandi ain't your friend to Marlo. And so I don't know how Candy's going to react to that, because, you know, I know right now she knows that Marlo's not her friend and she ain't friends with Marlo. She already cussed Marlo out, but we just going to see how the season going to play out. And then Kenya said, you know, to Marlo that, you know, Kandi started thinking about what happened and what was said, and she realized that you ain't did shit for her, so therefore, you know, she don't really need you as a friend. And Marlo was just mad and upset, and she went for the booty situation. talking about Kenya, is your booty fake? Did you get, fake lips done and all that other stuff? Girl, we seen you did everything when it comes to your forehead, okay? And when it comes to, your edges and everything, like, you didn't have to go with the body shaming, like, you didn't even have to go there, but she did. And basically it's like she went only where she knows how to go. This is, Marlo. What else is Marlo going to say? Marlo's going to go there and say stuff like that, because what else is she going to read her on? She only can read her on Mark, you know what I mean? And that situation and how that went down, but that ain't even her fault, because she thought that she found the man of her dreams and he turned out to be ish. And we sometimes do meet men that turn out to be ish, okay? Especially when you want something, especially when they can lie to you and everything. And Marlo was like, you don't got a man. I was like, what? Like, this is crazy. And then you got Sonia. She's on Watch What Happens Live. And they asked her, do you think that Kenya Moore booty is fake? And she goes, well, I don't really want to say anything. I don't really want to say nothing. And Anthony was like, girl, you better answer this question. And she said, well, when Marlo brings out, or when Marlo says that Kenya booty is fake, and when you kind of look at her booty, it kind of looks like it is shaped like it is possibly fake, okay? I was like, okay, look at her. She made sure, she threw a little shade over that way, and then the rest of the shade she threw at Drew, because it was safe for her to throw the shade at Drew. So Andy asked her, so who was the most welcomest to you, when you first got onto the show? And she couldn't think of somebody, because it was absolutely Drew. And so Andy was like, yo, I would think it would be Drew. And she was like, oh no, it's not Drew, it's Shereé. So she's really hating. She's really in her feelings, okay? And then she said Marlo has the sweetest heart in the world. I know Kandi Burruss and Kenya Moore somewhere rolling on the floor when they said Marlo is the most sweetest person in the world. Lord have mercy. I was like, what? So in any event, and what she do some other shade at Drew, but how Sonia's trying to get on, baby. You know what I mean? She's trying to get on. She don't give a damn. And I think, like I said, I think she's rolling all the way, full force when it comes to Kandi and Kenya. She's just really trying to figure them out. They're going to let her in, baby. Let her in, baby. As far as the show being filmed, but it seems like she is closer to Marlo. Before the season was being filmed, Marlo and Sonia was, gallivanting. But Kandi and Sonia, they went to Disney World together. You know what I mean? So she's already safe. She's already safe. She's with Kandi. Kandi's calling the shots. Everybody says Kandi's calling the shots over there. We don't see no Phaedra Parks, baby. So she's good with Kandi. She's good to stay. And this is Kandi, Todd, and Ross, and Sonia, and the kids. They're all going to Disney World together. And this is after the show film. So, they're still on good terms. That's why she didn't say nothing negative NT type of way towards Miss Kandi Burruss, because she's trying to eat, baby. Trying to get her husband connected in Atlanta so he can get his driving business, his chauffeur business, popping out here in these streets. Like, you ain't fooling nobody. But in any event, let's get down to the situation. So please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. My peeps, my peoples, let's get into it. So Kenya Moore is asking her daughter questions about Monday, Tuesday. Her daughter, baby Brooklyn was like Monday, Tuesday. And Kenya was like, finish the rest. And she goes, I'm eating. Tell me that ain't Kenya's daughter right there. She goes, I'm eating right now. I was like, that was so cute. That was so cute. Go ahead, baby Brooklyn. She is blessed, baby. And in the event we get to Sonia, hair looks a lot different and her makeup looks a whole lot better. But, we got to call her cinder block. She got that cinder block forehead, baby. That forehead, you can make pancakes. You can fry chicken, a whole pan of chicken. You can boil a whole pot of rice. You can make some oxtails up over there. She got so much space. She's just like a cutting board on top of the face, like for real, for real. But in any event, she's having these issues as far as when it comes to not wanting to have another child, because she feels like, it's just way too much. I can have my sister, I can have my mother, I can have all you people, I can have 10 of y'all, and it's still not enough. And plus, Russ is over there going back and forth to Austin trying to get his business done. And, and when I need him, I just feel totally alone and all these things of that nature. So nobody's pretty much of a help to her, that she's saying that she can't be the best that she can be. Really it's just that she just didn't want to have another baby right now. And so far, it doesn't look like she's pregnant, but she might end up changing her mind. But right now, she's making that decision because, baby, she's trying to get it on and popping. But if coming back for a new season requires, an extra storyline to get pregnant, she might get pregnant, y'all. You already know there's been so many reality TV's babies born for storylines. Let's not even fake the funk. But in any event, moving on from that situation, I don't know if this is Shereé joggers. I doubt it. But in any event, she's in her gym attire, and she's meeting up with Miss Marlo Hampton is in the building, okay? So, and Kandi's going to come through. So I was like, okay, we got this situation on and popping. It's getting down to it. And the shadiness does come because, Marlo's basically, oh yeah, this is a nice spot. It's all clean in here. Marlo's acting like, she ain't never been in no dirty spot before. Like, she ain't never seen spider webs. Like, she was like, oh, it's clean in here. But I guess, you know what I mean? She got Muncie now. So in any event, she asked the guy, does he have anything to teach somebody how to be a friend? So she's already throwing shade at Kandi, okay? And Shereé is going along with the situation. But in any event, you guys already know Kenya put an end to Shereé, acting funny and acting shady for now. Because, Kenya, she went over there to Shereé and she had that meeting with her last episode and was like, yo, listen, I don't want you to be taken advantage of or be a fool. Marlo's trying to put everybody against me. She's trying to turn people against me. She's not really a friend. She's a deceiver. She's a conniver, everything. And don't be fooled, and don't let her, basically turn you against me. And so she ain't saying nothing about Miss Kenya right now, okay? So Kenya nipped that in the butt real quick. She sat down, she had a meeting, and she paid for it. Shereé was like, you paying? She was like, yeah, I'm paying, girl. So that was too funny. And any event, so now Kandi comes through looking good, makeup done, hair done, eyelashes, she looking like, she's out here in these streets doing what she needs to do. And excuse me. And so they was like, you gonna change? She was like, no, I ain't changing. My hair gonna turn nappy. I was like, Kandi, why you go there? Kandi said, my hair gonna get all nappy. It's gonna get all, it's gonna be a mess. I ain't doing it. Y'all can get in there and shut that door, and I'll stay over here because I got things to do, places to go. I ain't got all day to sit around and lay around. This check is already counted. I'm paid for this scene. Now I gotta go get paid for 8 other things. So Kandi's very busy. I don't know when Kandi's ever going to settle down or go slow, or give anybody the time that they really want of her, because she's hungry out here in these streets and she's looking for generational wealth. So it is what it is. And so now the ladies, Kandi was like, I'm sitting right here outside, y'all. I'm sitting outside of this sauna. I'm not getting in because my hair's not getting messy. But Marlo hair didn't look too bad when she got out. Well, I didn't really see it, but Shereé hair looked the same. But in any event, Kandi said, I'm not taking no chances. And so now they get down to the conversation. Let's cut the chit chat. And basically Shereé, she comes out and she tells Kandi, hey, listen, girl, I was going through something and you didn't even check up on me or try to see what was going on. We used to have a good relationship. We used to be friends all the time. We used to call each other the Smalls. I used to come over your house and everything. And I don't know what happened. You knew I was going through something and you didn't call me. I was like, okay, Kandi don't want to hear that. Kandi don't want to be, she don't want to hear none of that. I don't know why she don't want to hear it, because she don't hear from Shereé's. How long have Shereé and, Kandi been talking? Have they been talking, on a regular basis or not? So in any event, Kandi is feeling ambushed and she's feeling attacked right now in this situation. And she's like, what? And then Marlo jumps in. And what Marlo jumps in with her 2 cents? Marlo basically saying, so she wants to know if you can call her and check up on her, because Kandi was like, I just want to for you to call me, because Kandi basically says that she didn't want to get Kenya in trouble and run her mouth. And Shereé's like, you could have just called me just to see how I was doing. And then Marlo jumps in and said, she just asking you if you can call or you can check up on her. Is that something that you think that you can do? Or is that something that you want to do? Or is that something that you don't do? And then Kandi basically reaction was like, what? Like, how you gonna come at me like that? So Candy's already pissed off, like, oh, so Kandi already see, oh, y'all trying to come for me. Y'all trying to come for me, talking about check-in. And she was like, Candy's like, y'all don't even do that for me. And Marlo basically is like, calm down, Kandi. Candy's like, why y'all always asking so much of me, but y'all don't even give me anything? And basically saying, y'all want so much of me, like, and I don't get nothing in return from it. You know what I'm saying? So she's basically feeling like, oh, okay, here y'all come with this bull-ish. You know what I mean? She's like, why do y'all want so much from me? So yeah, Kandi, you shining, you got money, and plus, you know, you're a storyline too as well. And they probably feel like you should have done more. You should do more. And basically, Shereé trying to keep that peach, and also Marlo trying to keep that peach. And plus, Marlo basically said that she gonna make you work for your check, because she said that you've been dry, basic, and boring. And you know, so they coming for you. And Candy's just like, damn. Candy's like, oh my god. You know, Kandi feels like this is season 1 again. I mean, you know, this is her first season, her second season, where she's getting tried, where people basically want to try her. You know what I mean? Like, she feeling like, oh, this is a setup. This is a real mess. That's what it looks like. Kandi then gets upset. And then Candy's like, I just don't understand. And then Marlo, and then they mentioned the donation. I think Marlo mentioned the donations of the kids' clothes. And you know, Kandi said, don't even go there. Don't even say that. Don't even talk about your childhood. I was like, Kandi, what you mean she can't talk about her childhood? Like, she can't throw that in. You can throw in your good childhood. You can throw in your good life. You can throw in your wealth, but she can't throw in her childhood was shitty and terrible. So in any event, Marlo basically says that when it comes down to the situation, that, you know, she grew up in foster care. She didn't have no parents. And, you know, she wanted more from Kandi when it came to the charity. Marlo's crazy. Marlo could have took them clothes. She could have sold them. You know, the girls could have gave it to, you know, a big sister or a big cousin or something like that. And plus, Kandi had brand new name brand clothes, designer clothes upstairs. She said, I don't know if that's true, upstairs in a house somewhere. You know what I mean? So in any event, Marlo wanted more. And so, you know, and Marlo's basically saying, you know, how the difficult time I'm going through with my nephew, my sisters, and all this situation, and hurt my day. And you don't even know what's going on with me. And, you know, Marlo got the guitar out, baby. Marlo got that violin out. And then she's gonna hit the guitar and start yelling. And Kandi says, my family says the same thing. They want more from me. And then Marla goes, well, if everybody's telling you that they want more from you, more time with you, then that gotta be an issue. Then Kandi said, what are you talking about? You know, I've been trying. Like, I'm getting annoyed. I'm getting aggravated. So Candy's all mad and upset. Like, she's like, oh my God. She's feeling like, oh, you guys are coming for me. So it seems like Kandi might be stressed out a little bit too as well. And you already know her husband and her and the children probably want more time with her. And plus, you know, Todd says that she don't spend time at home, and Candy's basically saying they don't give me what they asking for. Like, what am I? Like, why y'all want to be around me like that? Like, come on, y'all don't even, you know, reach out or call me. And Kandi looked like she's a part of the marching band, baby. She was like, she's about to beat the drums right now. She's about to be on a field with the baton. Kandi, what you got going on with them ghost shoulder pads, baby girl? Like, Lord have mercy. And so Kandi, so they looking at her, and Marlo wanted a reaction out of Kandi. I don't even know why Marlo is saying this. Maybe Marlo needs some help. Maybe, you know, she's sinking or whatever the case may be. But Kandi has helped her out a lot of times. But maybe she wants more. I don't know what it is. She basically said that she wanted Kandi and her kids her nephews to spend time with Todd and Kandi because they don't have a family. And she's basically saying, Kandi, you grew up, you had a family, so you should be giving more to the charity or doing more. Like, a lot of people don't have what you have. And Kandi was like, I don't want to hear it. Kandi just got so aggravated. She started crying. I was like, damn, here we go. Tears, 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 drop to the floor. Like, oh my goodness. Like, okay, Kandi, you didn't have to cry. You did not have to cry in this situation. You could have just left it like it was. Like, you had to cry and just basically, what do you want from me? Like this, I'm getting aggravated. I'm agitated. I'm mad. Like Kandi, Kandi see the setup. Kandi's mad. Like, I can't believe y'all coming for me. Well, you ain't been feeding them. They hungry, okay? And right now you are food, Kandi, okay? You are food to them right now. You got two people. This is Marlo's first peach, and Shereé's been getting dumped and dumped and dumped. So, she's listening to Marlo. You know what I mean? You see Sonia. Sonia's following the blueprint. She's trying to stay next to you in Kenya. So we shall see. And then Marlo's like, I'm sorry. I don't know why Marlo said, I'm sorry. I'm not going to go so hard on you. We're going to try to do something different. We're all going to be better. I'm going to be better. So I don't know. I'm surprised maybe Marlo was shocked because Kandi, went off and screaming at the top of her lungs and she started crying. Maybe she wanted a roast fest and she didn't want to see this girl break down in tears unless she wanted her to break down in tears, because Kandi's known for breaking down in tears, baby. She's known filling up, a cup with her tears. So, it's one of them situations. And any of it, what's up, Cat Box? How you doing? What's going on? April? Express Kandi used to everyone coming for Kenya and not her. Ooh, baby. She was shocked. She was just like, I can't believe this is happening. She was like, y'all are setting me up. Kandi needs to learn to clap back without being so emotional. I think that's what really threw Marlo off. So maybe Marlo does have a heart, okay? Cat Box, it's hard out here for a fly mama. Learn to control your emotion. Practice, Candace. Kandi, you got this. Norris, I didn't like how Marlo and Shereé ganged up on Kandi. It was an ambush. They got her. Kandi knew something was gonna happen. She knew it couldn't be so great. That's why she didn't change up. She was gonna leave real quick. Okay, she came through to do an appearance and collect that check, and then it got out of control. Well, she got out of control because they were just talking to her. Marlo yelled back a little bit, like, I am gonna talk about my childhood. I am gonna talk about foster home. I am gonna talk about this. And she had that mean mug on, like she's about to bite you. And then Kandi started yelling. She just, simmered down real quick. I was like, okay. She was like, and Shereé's like, I can't believe Kandi had a tantrum. Like, oh my God, this is shocking. This grown ass woman is having a tantrum. This is what she said in her confessional. So Shereé's just looking like amazed, like, oh. And Kandi's just like, they're messing with me. And then Kandi's crying. She's like, I don't know why these guys are coming from me. It could also be that she is working. She is busy. She was filming. She's filming like 3 different shows and doing all this other stuff. Her kids want her. Her husband wants her. And she's trying to help a lot of people out and build other things that, it's a lot of stress right there. And she don't know how to say no. She's a workaholic. Like some people are addicted to things. She's addicted to making money. She's addicted to being busy. She's addicted to being away from home. She's addicted to starting new things. She's addicted to setting trends. She's addicted to, flying above everybody else and staying good. She's addicted to that. So, having the kids and a husband is kind of like pulling her down. But in any event, she managed because she got money and she got these nannies and she got these people. But at the same time, the kids, when they get older, they're going to slap her in the face with it. But at the same time, they're going to be happy that they ain't poor, they ain't broken, they ain't struggling. You know what I mean? They're going to be happy. They're going to be more grateful for that than anything. What's up, Happy Days? How you doing? What's going on? Because if they only knew the poor struggle, baby, they would tell their mother to keep working, girl. Keep working. You need any help? I'm going to be quiet right now, mama. If they knew what being poor and the struggle and poverty is, they'll understand. But she has enough, but everybody wants to know when is enough. Enough is when your kids, your great-grandkids, your great-grandkids, great-grandkids, and a whole nother decade, a whole nother generation, when they all gone, is still, wealthy. That's generational wealth. Like, you born into wealth, and that's what she's trying to create. At the same time, she's fulfilling her dreams, but just don't forget to be a mama. But in any event, moving on from that situation, we got Sonia. Sonia tells her husband that she does not want to have another baby, point blank, period, because he's out here in Austin. He leaves and he's doing that, and she feels alone, and she got all these people helping her. She got one baby, and she's basically saying she can't do it. I ain't my best. Just tell that man that you are trying to do your movie career. You are trying to get all these projects off the ground. You're trying to show up, be everywhere, be seen, be out, and basically trying to be a star of the Atlanta streets, okay? And you trying to get it popping right now. You ain't trying to pop out no baby. You live in your second childhood right now when it comes to this television show, okay? Let him know you got your fly girl on right now. And right now we can freeze our eggs. I can freeze some eggs, take some eggs out, we'll freeze them, blah, 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 whatever we need to freeze. We'll freeze your sperm and everything. And then boom, bada bing, once I get to halfway where I need to get, we can have a baby. And he said, basically, so you saying just because I'm going to Austin, I can't be a father? So, she's just giving him, excuses when it comes to that situation. But the real issue is that she's saying that he's not supportive, that he doesn't help with the child. So I'm assuming he doesn't pick up, he doesn't wash, he doesn't bathe, he doesn't change diapers, he doesn't make bottles, he doesn't do all the things, or stay up late at night and hug the baby, rug the baby, do everything to make sure the baby is sleeping while she's getting her sleep. And she probably, but she has help. It's like, what about the mothers that don't got no help, don't got nobody, and they living in a 1-bedroom apartment, and they got 3 kids, and they got to do it by themselves and go to work and do it on the bus, baby. But in any event, Sonia says it's too difficult, okay? Hey, what's up, Robin Walker? How you doing? And so, you got that situation. So in any event, right now she don't look like she's pregnant because she was just on Watch What Happens Live. So, whatever. We shall see what's going to happen. And so we get Shereé with this fantasy, situation she got going on for us. She's like, this is all the material I've been buying over the years, girl. Have you been since you first told us about She by Shereé, girl, you're gonna say these little pieces that you have in the corner are all the pieces that you've been buying for a decade and a half, for She by Shereé. That's not really a lot of material. Shereé, what's going on? Like, are you pulling the okie doke? Should we be questioning you instead of questioning Drew? So, you got that situation. And she's finding some help, some women help. And Shereé lets us know that when she send out, clothes or to manufacturers, they don't send her back the product. They don't send her back this and that. So you're going to tell me that you've been getting burnt? I don't know. So Shereé got a whole confusing story going on over there. But right now she's hiring help, okay? Because she said she's been getting burnt out here in these streets. So maybe that's why she allegedly is not paying her assistants. Her assistants. And so we get to Marlo and the family and her kids, her nephews, they're going through a tough time. Their mother, their sister, she's around, but she's not really in her brother's life. I was like, wow, that's really sad to see. But if they're raised by a mom that have these issues and drug problems and mental issues, the sister probably got away and escaped. I could never leave my brothers or leave, my immediate, family that I grew up with, even if my mother got drug problems and, or whatever the case may be. But in any event, that's a sad situation. The sister, Jasmine, she's going to try to talk to the mother, and Marlo's trying to bring the family back together. And Marlo's sitting there cleaning or acting like she's cleaning in high heels and designer clothes. The kids are all dressed up, shoes all white and clean. Everybody got on good outfits. They got paper towels. Marlo, you a trip. You a trip with this situation. You definitely a trip, girl. Oh, well, thank you, Happy Days. I appreciate that. What's up, Robin Walker? Empress Carter, Sonia should be honest. She's not a mother type. She has a house full of family and is still a problem. Yes, girl. That's you said it all. You summed that up real quick. Thank you for that. For real. Norris, Candy's being emotional. Stopped Marlo and Shereé and their attack. Okay. They wanted to go back and forth. She by Shereé should be a B failure to lunch. Lord Catbox, right, Norris. Her ability to be emotional shows she is real. The only work that is needed is controlling her emotions. Ooh, there you go, Catbox. Good night and take it easy. All right, girl. Um, Happy Days. Yes. Robin, she by nothing is giving us the real this year. Hey, Mary Jane, yes, she is. She said basically, I only got this stuff laying around. What's up, Cece? La Candy fake acting, sad by Marlo and Shereé. Said by Marlo. Also, they basically so Shereé and Marlo basically saying Candy failed fake acting. What she's trying. I have. Oh, that's so good, Tony. That's so good. And so let's get down to this situation. So now we get Monyetta Shaw. Monyetta Shaw. She used to be Neo's baby's. Oh, well, she used to be with Neo, but she's not with him anymore. And she's Candy's friend. And it seems like she's here for all the mess and everything. And she steps into Candy's place when Candy leaves the drop it with Drew situation. Kenya Moore's there, and she's not she seems okay. She seems okay in the situation. So in any event, they all meeting up and they basically gonna talk about the situation. Kenya Moore's gonna drop the tea, they started talking about Drew and Drew's situation where she's gonna have to drop it with Drew, and Kenya invites Monyetta to the situation. So Kenya seems to be pretty cool with her, and Candy's cool with her, and so they're out here making candles, baby. And so they talk about that. Then they talk about the toys. Candy brings up girl. She says to Monyetta, sure. She says to her, did you use my toys, on your honeymoon? And she was like, yeah, I did. I used your toys, girl. I was like, look at Candy. Candy was like, did you like this toy? Did you like that toy? That's one of my business hats. So Candy's kind of bringing up the situation when it has to do with Kenya Moore having a issue, with the buzzing and the zapping of the pool nannies, okay? Having an issue with that. And so Kenya was like, yeah, I did have an issue. Basically having a husband's, zap or, thing is not all okay. So she basically saying that she felt uncomfortable with the situation, and Candy's just like, she doesn't get it. She's like, I'm basically saying that when it comes to Kenya, that she's a prude in the situation, and she don't really, and like, how are you like so mad about the situation? And so so they're going back and forth on that situation. And Kenya was like, nobody wants somebody else's husbands to be buzzing them because there's single people around. And then Candy says, oh no, it's not, that's not really a big deal, like this and that, blah blah blah. And then Kenya brings up, having your niece and your nephew come to my house, almost half butt naked and everything, and my daughter was there. How would you feel if I sent a naked clown to your house and your daughter sees, Blaze see it? And Candy said, I wouldn't mind, I wouldn't care at all, point blank period, because I would basically send my daughter away and enjoy it. I was like, what? And Candy's basically saying, what I do? I make, these toys and things of that nature. So you have that going on between the ladies. And then Candy said, then Candy brought up, well, you said that you wanted to have sex, and you said that around my husband, and single people was around too, and everybody else was around. So Candy's basically calling out Kenya, saying that, oh, you worried about, somebody buzzing the husband's buzzing your thing, but yet you said that you wanted to, you said that you wanted to have sex, and you said that you wanted to have sex with me, this one and that person, when they was at Cynthia Bailey's, engagement dinner, which was a few seasons ago. And so Kenya basically saying that it was a joke. She wasn't serious with the situation. And Kandi said, no, you were serious. It wasn't no joke when you said that you wanted to, you wanted to get with me. It wasn't no joke when you said that, when you said that you wanted to get some of this, it wasn't no joke. And I was like, and so Candy's basically trying to say, now you're acting like a prude with my toys, but when you was at the table with everybody, husbands around, with single people around, you basically said that you will have sex with me, you'll have sex with this one, that one. And and Kenya's basically saying that's not the same thing as your husband using a machine to zap my what. And so Kandi's like, I don't want to hear it. But Kandi later on said on Speak On It last week that she understands where Kenya was coming from, where it could consider to be an issue. But at first she didn't think it was the issue, but now she does see that it is an issue. And so Kandi asked Monyetta, what do you think about the situation? And then Kenya said, how would you feel if your husband was buzzing somebody else's pool, naughty, and things of that nature while you were around? How would you feel? And Monyetta was like, not today. She wasn't feeling that situation. So, but Kandi was still on her stance, like you being a prude and you being a hater, because Candi's basically feel like, is hating on her business. And then also she feels like Kenya should tell her, but I don't think Kenya feels like it's really a big deal, about the situation. But Kandi feels like, oh, everybody's calling me out. Well, I'm gonna call you out because you didn't come to me. You came to everybody else, but not me. And so I don't think Kenya really thought that it was really that important to say anything about it, because all the other ladies complained, but she should have just said, Kandi, I don't feel comfortable with using that and why. But Kandi still wouldn't get it because Kandi's arguing her back and forth saying that it's okay. I don't know why you making a big deal out of the situation. You're acting like a prude. Kandi brought up that she was in this movie and things of that nature. So I don't even think if she did go to her and say, hey, I don't feel comfortable putting this on. And when she would have said that, oh, why don't you feel comfortable putting it on? Kandi would have took offense to it. So it would have been an argument either way. So it was better to just tell her straight up then. But they got the argument anyway tonight, and so the argument, they're cool. After this argument, they can agree to disagree. And Kenya was like, your husband buzzing, buzz is not a joke. Like, that's serious. Like, somebody stimulating you and your man could get stimulated and think about the other woman sexually that he wants to be with, so that can leave the door open to be cheating, okay? Or make the lady that is single thinking about getting to with your husband. Didn't you already have Porsha snatch your husband off the show? Okay, Kandi, you want somebody to snatch your husband? Well, he ain't going nowhere because they ain't got book, bank, and money like you, baby. So okay, voice of reality. I that it's weird. It's weird. I wouldn't want, Todd or Ross or especially Ralph buzzing Mike, the way he treat Drew. You ain't buzzing nothing. Candy's rude as fuck. CC. Happy days there. The real question is, why does Kandi get off on humiliating folks by having them do that in a group? She thinks it's normal because she says with her other friends, it's a normal thing. Like, nobody said anything. But when she talked to other people, they basically had an issue. Monyetta, she has an issue. She said right here, nah, Kandi, So the people that Kandi get down and dirty with, they don't have a problem with it. So if everybody in your circle agrees with what you like to do, then it's one thing. But also Kenya called out the situation that you can't have a bunch of yes men around you all the time. So, and then also Marlo said Kenya got that Kandi has yes men. And so in any event, Kenya is basically saying that I'm being honest with you. I'm just telling you the truth. But Kenya didn't tell her immediately. She gossiped about it and then went to go tell Kandi. But she's saying that you got a lot of yes men around you, and I'm not going to be one of your yes men. And so they basically said they're going to agree to a disagree. And Kandi says that one of the things that she do like about Kenya is they can agree to disagree. And Kenya's not going to go try to get people to, go against her. So basically, Kandi is saying that she can disagree with Kenya and they can move forward. Kenya's not going to try to go get the rest of the girls to hate her, which she's saying Marlo is doing by trying to change, Shereé's opinion, and then having a conversation with Drew and Sonya there, and basically trying to get all the girls against her. So that's how Kandi's feeling about the situation. Kenya felt that way too, and that's that Marlo was doing that to her. So that's why she went to Shereé and told Shereé, "Don't fall for it, girl. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it." And then Shereé was like, "I've been trying to run my business like you. I've been failing and blah blah blah. And these men want to sleep with me and not do business with me." And Kenya said, "Well, we need to hook you up with some women executives, some women distributors." And then Shereé has changed her tune since that dinner. Okay. Since that whole situation. Kenya should have read Kandi. She didn't want to hurt her feelings, because Kandi was yelling, because Kandi was getting really emotional about it. And Shereé already sick of Kandi. So you have that situation, and they end up working it out, and that's what you're supposed to do. But I think Marlo just feels a certain way about Kandi that is deep rooted, even though at one point in time they were cool. But it just seems like something really went on behind the scenes that about Kandi that's really eating up Marlo. And everybody says jealousy and blase in the third, but it's something deeper than that. Because one time she'll break bread with her, and then don't break bread with her, and then want to break bread with her. Like, I'm confused. Is she looking for opportunity? So in any event, so now we got the situation. We got, some of these ladies weigh, I think Drew weighed 156, Marlo weighed 188.2, Shereé weighed 166.2, Maryjanetv Shaw, she weighed 166, and I believe Kandi weighed 155. So they did get on the scale. I was like, go ahead, girls, get on that scale, get on that scale. But they all checked out the outside, like, oh, they were shading, Drew, basically talking about, oh, is this really a building? Because they really think there's a Ponzi scam or scheme or whatever the case may be, because they don't believe Drew could come up with these ideas. But the ideas is of Jackie from Chicago. She just ends up, hooking up with Drew, and Drew's promoting the thing and whatever the case may be. And hopefully, Ralph invested some money, and they're seeing some money on the back end and the front end. But as the ladies claim, Drew is just the face of the situation. So the ladies, they come through. Maryjanetv, she's with her husband. Kandi's with Todd. They in the building. They coming through. Kandi's looking around to see if this place is real, if it's a real business. Is this really a legit place? Like, so shady. Shady. And Drew ends up hugging Sonya. Drew's trying to hug Sonya. Sonya acts like she wants to have a friendship with Drew, but she really doesn't, because the way that she's been acting, she don't want to argue with the big dogs, but she want to argue with Drew. So, you have that situation. One moment. So you have this situation. They basically getting the cameras outside. You got Shereé and Marlo and Sonya, in the Rose or the Bentley, whatever car they in. They right there, and they're looking. It's like, oh, Marlo's being shady. Marlo was like, oh, she went to FedEx, or she went to Home Depot. She went somewhere and got that put out there like that or whatever. And so Sonya's basically said, I'm so glad that she didn't disinvite me. And she was laughing, because she should have disinvited you. I would have disinvited your ass for real, point blank, period. But in any event, Drew was trying to be the bigger person, and she invites her. And Shereé and Marlo said they definitely wouldn't have not invited you, because they know what you did to her was wrong. But you don't got no allies. She ain't got no friends. She ain't got no alibi. Shereé comes through. Kandi is marveling, looking at her butt. Your butt is a sculpture. Your butt is this. Your butt is that. It was really refreshing to see, a booty that was real, on TV, on social media, because all these butts that I be seeing on Instagram, when you go here, you go there, you take pictures, this and that, you be seeing these botched bodies, you be seeing the ass don't match the thighs, and just be looking like a straw and a meatball on the glued to the back of a straw. So it was really good to see that Shereé, was in here for the real booties. Well, like I don't even think guys know what real booties is no more, because I just this lady got 4 kids. She lives in the PJs, and she got a BBL. Imagine what she could have did with that money other than getting a BBL. With these kids by herself, single. So, everybody, a lot of people walking around with these BBLs from all walks of life, from the rich to the poor, okay, and the middle class. So you can spot fake booties everywhere. But so it was good to see Shereé got a real booty. Okay, it was real good to see a real booty on TV. You stroll up Instagram, fake booties, Twitter, TikTok, fake booties everywhere. So it was good to see. I'm glad they gave her the shine. And Shereé ain't got nothing else to do. She ain't doing no She by Shereé. And she's been on the phone lifting weights, talking to homeboy, that end up dumping her, when he's needed the most. So in any event, you got this situation going down. The ladies are greeting each other. Kandi's feeling a certain type of way because Marlo walked by her and didn't say what's up. And then we got Drew. Drew's basically over there on Watch What Happens Live talking about that. Sonya's over there on Watch What Happens Live talking about Drew is not welcoming and blah, blah, blah. Just dissing Drew, talking bad about Drew and everything. Like, before she even had beef, she's talking about all types of, like, crazy stuff. And yet Sonya's over here talking to Ralph. If Drew wasn't so welcoming, why would you feel so comfortable with her husband? She had to introduce you to her husband. Your friendship was with Drew, not with her husband. And you guys went on double dates, so you damn sure was friends, because now you went over there to ask Ralph, what do you think about me not having a baby? And Ralph said there shouldn't be no excuse. You should have a baby, okay? So he didn't tell you what you wanted to hear. And you wanted to be shady to Drew and want to be fake and act like you cool, but you sitting over there talking about that man's wife, but yeah, you're going to ask him a question in confidence, a question of respect. Like, then you don't, what if Drew went over there and talked to your husband? You would have been mad. You would have been like, she's wicked. And you are very wicked. You're a wicked woman. Even when you was on Watch What Happens Live, the girl that was sitting next to you kept giving her the stanky eye and the dirty look, like this is just shady. You know what I mean? She knows she don't like you. She's laughing at Drew in the car. They talking about Drew, everything that she has is a scam. And while she's sitting up in there at Drew's event, she's gonna question the lady first, start off the questioning, basically saying, oh my God, these exercises are too fast. These exercises are too tremendous. These exercises are too advanced. This can't be Drew. And she was there telling Marlo that, and she was waiting to talk to the lady to see Jackie. You got to stop setting yourself up, Drew, and stop being so stupid. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't have had Jackie talk to them point blank period. I wouldn't have had Jackie talk to them. Okay, for real. If Jackie didn't know the script, every question, if Jackie didn't understand the script, she wouldn't have been. I wouldn't have let Sonya question her and then open the gates for everybody else to question her. I wouldn't have let a newbie do that. For real, even though you still newbie, but in any event, that's how shady she gonna go over there and Ralph, what do you think about me not having a baby? And then acting like everything is so kumbaya, but as soon as she can throw that knife in Drew's throat and throw that knife at Drew, she threw it quick, fast, and hurry. She was watching Drew doing the exercise. I mean, you just a hating little thing, like, for real. But in any event, let me move on. Let me see what you guys are saying. Shereé hair looks good. Yeah, she's doing good. Shereé is doing it at 50. Shereé looks good. Shereé definitely looks good. Hey, MB. Robin Walker, you're right. Kenya gonna snap right on time. After you already know. She said Marlo deserves it. So in any event, so Drew, I wouldn't let them talk to nobody. They wouldn't have. You ain't, and none of y'all gonna be questioning Kenya Moore's business, people. Y'all ain't gonna be talking to none of that, Drew. You ain't gonna be questioning Kandi's people either. They shouldn't have had a chance to question your people, okay, Drew? Like, you gotta do better. Have Ralph answer them questions. If she can't remember the script, you the actress, you remember the script, repeat it, and say, here's a picture of Jackie. Here's her email. You wouldn't have talked to Jackie, baby. And I wouldn't let the producers know either, Nah, because that was all a setup for her. Kandi and Drew got set up tonight. So in any event, here is, Miss Wicked Lady, she's sitting here talking to Ralph, really wants some answers for him, really wanting something, when she's beefing and she can't wait to stick that knife in Drew's back. What a shame. Just a shame. So in any event, so now we get down to, just so shady. So now we get down to the situation, when it comes to Kandi's not playing in this situation. She got Shaw right next to her. So she's feeling a certain type of way. And she basically want to address the situation when it comes to Marlo. She's basically saying, you trying to turn everybody against me. You talking behind my back. I heard there's something else that went on in the situation, that you guys are sitting around the table talking about me. You trying to turn people against me. What's up? And so Drew was like, hold on. We're trying to get, listen, if I don't get all this filmed, this building, all the camps, all these, first grade things that I got up on the wall, it does look like it came from, FedEx, Home Depot, somebody teenager carved this together. I wouldn't even say a teenager, because they got better arts and craft skills. Okay. They be creating NFTs and things of that nature. So let me just back. So in any event, so you have this, but please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated. Please like, comment, and subscribe, baby. So in any event, so Kandi's getting ready to get down to the situation. Look at Todd. Todd is all happy. He's about to watch his wife get up into it. He's all smiling. He got that devilish look on him. And plus he's looking at all these booties everywhere. Booty. And then his wife is about to pop off. He's all happy with it. Look at Todd looking like he's a little mouse in the corner about to get some cheese. I was like, what is going on? So in any event, so you have that situation, and Kandi didn't get into it because, things done got crazy in the situation. Kandi had to bounce. She had to leave. She had to go. So Kandi definitely addressed the group. Her makeup looks nice and everything. She got her teeth grinning like she's ready to bite. She's ready for it. She's ready to go toe to toe with Marlo. You know what I mean? But that's what it seemed like. And Shaw, she's sitting right there looking at Kandi like, okay, girl, we ready. And so they getting ready to go because Kandi addressed the situation to Marlo. Marlo, you walked by me. You didn't even say hi. Marlo said, oh, I seen you by the corner of my eye. Like, I'm speaking to you. So Kandi addressed the situation ASAP. But Kandi had to leave because somebody done jumped the gate at her house and sitting up on her porch. And, the babysitter, the nanny's there by herself with the kids. So now they're about to jump through. Todd was like, I don't know who the guy is. Arrest him, because the nanny was like, yo, listen, I don't know if you know this guy because he's sitting on the porch. So I don't want him to be arrested, or it could be a setup call. Who knows? But in any event, Kandi looked like she was ready. She had a little tall tucker there. She was all right. But they ended up leaving, the situation. I didn't even know Todd had a pickup truck, y'all. I didn't know he had a white and black pickup truck. It will only be Todd driving a truck like this. Like, come on, like, he's really in this pickup truck. Like, these pickup trucks cost like $90,000. He probably got special stuff, and so it maybe cost him $115,000, or the case may be. But I didn't think he got black on black rims. You know what I mean? So he's running around the streets like a creep. This is a creep car. This is a creep vehicle. This is a creep ego, everything vehicle. I bet he drives crazy on the road too. I bet he does. Okay. Tom, yes, he was checking her ass. He was looking at her ass. We all was looking at her ass. We all were. We all was looking. And then Marlo basically says that, I do not work out. I get lipo. Isn't that what Drew did? I was like, you so shady. And we got Sonya over there watching Drew. Drew's doing a poor performance. the people coming up there talking about I lost this many pounds, the other people not knowing the exercises either. It was just like whatever. And so Kenya, she's getting ready to come through the door, and she's late. She missed all the fireworks, but she's gonna get into the fireworks. And let me not forget Shereé. Shereé was just, Shereé was very disrespectful to Drew. So Drew must have heard you being disrespectful. That's why she called you out. Cause Shereé said, "Girl, Shereé said, between Drew's horrible mommy's makeover and the way that she's moving on this floor, no wonder she looks like a busted can of biscuits." I was like, "Oh boy, they dug Drew out." And so here comes Miss Wicked. Miss Wicked is over there talking to Marlo, bringing it to Marlo. And Marlo don't want no beef with Drew right now. Marlo wants Kenya or Kandi. That's what she's going for. So, okay, yeah, Marlo ain't paying her no mind. So in any event, when it comes to Sonya, she's over there like, "Oh my God, this workout is way too advanced. It's way too much. Like, I don't believe this. I got some questions about this. This doesn't seem right." Like, girl, you just said, what did she just said on Watch What Happens Live, she's not in the best shape. Her husband's in better shape than her. She can't really do this. And she said they asked her about workouts. She goes, "I don't really know nothing about workouts. Only thing I do know is about running. I know about track." And she goes, "I'm not in the best, shape that I've been in. I'm in probably the worst shape ever, but yet you're on TV acting like, oh my God, like I can't believe she's doing this because Drew can't even do it, and this is so advanced." And she's acting like she's in charge of who could do a workout and who can show you how to do a workout, or if it's this level or that level. Like, you don't give a damn about Drew or nothing that she got going on. You just hating right now because it looks like she got something going on, and you want to see if it's true because you want to prove that she's no good, so you can basically say to people, "Oh, I hated on Drew because she's a liar, she's a scammer," so you don't feel guilty. And plus you need a storyline because baby, you can freeze them eggs and keep it moving. So in any event, so we get to the situation, and Drew, I don't know why you sit up there and let them question her. I don't know why you bring her over. You should have just answered the questions and kept it moving. And look at Sonya right there. She's asking questions like how long you been, doing this, is, because the exercise is a little bit advanced and whatever, blase and the third. Like, she's being shady, and she done put some extra pieces in her hair. She tried to cover up that big cinder block that she got on the top of her face. But, it is what it is. So now she's over there asking questions. So, this workout is a little advanced. So the lady trying to explain, we have different ones. We have the beginner ones. So the lady basically is saying that she wanted to show the most advanced workout for people that do work out so they can basically come through. And so Sonya got a problem with that. She goes, that's too advanced, blah, blah, blah. But she did it for people that work out, not people that be sitting on the couch all day long. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, they got them in there, but she wanted to show the best of what they got, how tough they are, how the genuine, how everything be going. So in any event, the hating ass, cinder block. So now she's saying, so this business was it was in Chicago. I was in Chicago for 5 years, and she's asking all these questions. Or how long a time ago, how long a time it was, this and that, blase and the third. And so you already know, when you open the door up to talking about business and how long and things of that nature, and what was this and that, you got the brains sitting over there, and the brains is Kenya. So Kenya basically said, so what was the first name of the company? And did you change the name of the company before Drew, dropped the weight, or you changed the name of the company after Drew dropped the weight? Basically saying, letting us know that the company was the one in Atlanta is designed for Drew, and it's basically going to be her workout journey and how she's losing the weight, and she's going to be the face of the place, and she's probably putting money into the business. It probably really is an investment. And as far as the Atlanta branch, and then the lady says we have 5 branches and Chicago. So now Kenya said, okay, so the business is legit, and they did have a name before. The name before was 21 Days. So Kenya's finding out that, okay, the business has another name, because when you drop it with Drew, it doesn't have no name because it's just supposed to be something brand new. But the lady changed her business format of the name so it can incorporate Drew, because Drew's on a hit TV show, and she's an actress, she's a star, as far as stars goes. Okay. So, Kenya had to get in there and answer and ask, the official questions. And she did. And so basically Kenya said the business is legit, but Drew is just the face. But we don't really know that's the case. But, and Maryjanetv, she's looking like her face looks a certain type of way. But she's looking at Sonia like, damn, Sonia. And Kit and Marlo didn't even jump in the hate. Marlo could even jump in the hate if she wanted to. Shereé didn't jump in the hate. So I don't know why Drew, took it upon herself to call out Shereé. But I realized, because now they find out how the business is ran, and Drew's basically just the face, allegedly. And so Drew immediately calls out Shereé. Well, at least I got something off the ground. It didn't take decades to do or forever to do. And I don't know why she did that, because Drew, you need more friends. You catch more bees with honey than you do with vinegar, and you need more friends. You need people that will basically value, cherish you, have some type, you have a type of value to them. And you just called out Shereé. So, and you started with Shereé from Jump Street. So, whatever Shereé throws back at you, that's what you're going to take, baby. But so when it comes to that situation, I feel like Drew shouldn't have did that. But I think Drew did that to throw the ladies from continuing to discuss, her being the face of the business. I ask more questions and things of that nature, catch her up in more stories. She wanted to sell it big, and baby, they ain't trying to let you sell it big, girl. And so Sonia, Miss Brickhead, aka Cinder Block, is out here. She's so happy. She is like, oh, see, Drew, I told you Drew didn't own it. I told you Drew ain't no entrepreneur. She ain't no entrepreneur. See, just be okay that you are not an entrepreneur. Like, why do you care if she's an entrepreneur or not? Like, why do you care? Like, why are you so grinning and so happy that this girl doesn't own the business? Like, that's pure jealousy. Like, what's going on? Like, I thought you got 4 medals. Why is 4 medals worried about if this girl is an entrepreneur or not? Okay. She said Jackie is from Chicago, and that's her business partner. Only thing that she said that was a lie, that she known her for, that she's been working with her for a long time. So that she could have known the lady for a long time, but just got into business with her. Okay. So, say it again, Happy Days. What you say? No one's jumping in to save Drew, stupid. I know. Ain't nobody jumping in to save her. Sonia is going to get roasted at the reunion. She's kind of protected, y'all. Sonia is jealous, leaving 20 deep. Kenya said in a recent interview that she and Sonia are going to have a drama later in the season. Okay. Thank you, Ralph. Appreciate that. Say it again. What else did you say? Sonia, how horrible. I know, CC. Like, why she gotta be so bad so soon? What's up, April? That's because Sonia's a man. They have better at physical activity. I can't with you, Robin. Drew's stomach is stopping her from successful exercising. Okay. Her body is horrible. Drew, get your money back. I can't with y'all. What? Todd was checking. Yeah, he was checking the booty. MB Marlo has no man, no edges, no mom, no kids, and plastic surgery everywhere on her body. Delusional. MB went in. Happy Days. Jeez. Okay. You guys, make sure you guys go out and check out Norris Tony. He has a YouTube channel. Show him some love and some support, and subscribe to his channel, y'all. Thank you, Norris. Appreciate you. Excuse me. So Sonia hating ass, Cinder Block over here. Cinder Block is, look at Cinder Block. I told you she is not an entrepreneur, and Drew, just a minute. I was like, I can't stand you. Yo, why are you so jealous of Drew? Why you hate? Ain't nobody even worried about Drew like that. You worried about Drew because you need a storyline, girl. That's the only reason why. Because they don't. Nobody even stresses with Drew no more. Drew's like that bug, that just be flying around. You just let it fly because you can't catch it, so you just let it fly. That's Drew. You trying to swap her all around. Swap, swap, swap. I'ma get you. I'ma get you. I'ma get you. I'ma get you. Like, it's sad. You in competition with Drew for what? Why are you in competition with Drew? Ain't nobody in their right mind would be in competition with Drew. Ain't nobody ever in the show been in competition with Drew. So I can't. So we got to that situation of the business, Blase the third, and then Drew basically turns the heat on to Shereé. I was like, Drew's basically trying to talk. The lady's like, I know I gotta lie. And she turns around, she talks to Drew, and she looks Drew in the face, and she just be quiet. And Drew was like, well, yeah, fine, blah, blah, blah. And then Kenya was like, Drew, could you let her answer the question? Hell no, she can't let her answer the questions. The lady know that there's something ain't right, that she's supposed to remember something, do something, but Drew couldn't prepare her well enough, for the Kenya Moore questions, okay? Drew was like, the lady was like, what should I say, Drew? I don't want to embarrass you or make the business look bad. What should I say? What should I say? It's just really crazy. And so then Drew calls out Shereé, and then Shereé's basically saying, girl, like, why are you coming for me? like, why are you coming for me? Shereé's looking at her like, girl, why are you coming for me? Why you even got something to say? And Marlo's just looking, and then you have Sonia. She's just sitting there. I was just like, oh God, like, like why did you even come for her? Because there was no reason for you to come for her at all, point blank, period. And then, so Shereé says, I got some things going on. Yes, there's like Shereé got a mug, Shereé got, the yoga mat, Shereé got this going on, Shereé got that going on. I was like, okay. And so we have that situation. Kenya brings out the yoga mat. And so that argument is pretty much over, and Shereé just doesn't understand, like, why are you coming for me? Kenya Moore co-signs the business. And this outfit that Kenya had on was cute. I couldn't get the whole thing, but it was actually a really cute dress that she had on. And so now we get to the situation where it gets down to where Maryjanetv, she basically brings up the situation where Kandi did have an issue. Maryjanetv, she says Kandi did have an issue because she felt like, Marlo, you was talking about her at the table or whatever the case may be. So she continues the argument. So did Kandi tell her to continue the argument? Did Kandi say, get your money, y'all? Did Kandi have a fake break-in? Because Maryjanetv, she jumped into the situation. She was ready to go. And, and that's when Marlo said, Kandi was talking about when we was up at the table situation, when we was at the table. That must have came from Kenya. And then Kenya said, yes, it did come from me, and it came from me, and it was accurate. Okay. So Kenya was like, yes, it came from me. It was accurate when I said what I said. And Marlo said, but did you know that Shereé said this? And Kenya Moore says, well, when it comes to Kandi Burruss, she doesn't care about what Shereé said. She cares about what you said. And she really feels like you are not a friend, and she don't F with you. And Marlo basically was like, what? Marlo feels like Kandi Marlo feels like Kenya Moore, basically stabbed her in the back. And she said that Kenya is like her worst enemy that's supposed to be her friend. And every time you turn around, she stabs her in the back. So basically I was like, girl, did you just hear? And the things that you were saying about Kenya Moore, how you started off saying that her crown, saying that she's a whore, or all that other stuff, unwarranted, just because she didn't show up to Shereé's party. And yes, I know Kandi, Kenya, and Shereé have been making fun of you for years, and even this season, about you getting money, the other way. Yes, they have. They have been doing that. but it's been mostly to your face and joking with you about it as well, because they want to worry about your money. And you never really had a problem with it before, which it seems, but it seems like now it's really a big problem. And it's a problem that you can address now that you're a peach holder. And so you're going back and forth. But they're just basically going on with the rumor and things that they heard, things that they seen, things that you have said, things that your friends have said. Okay. And so in any event, for you to go below the belt and just do all that before, you guys even get to this situation. And, so she's pissed off and she's mad, but then you're going behind, Kenya Moore's back and trying to get Shereé to turn against her. If you have a problem with Kenya Moore talking about your money and talking about this and that, you should address her. You did address her about the money, but then talk to her about how you feel when she jokes about how you get your money, instead of trying to turn Shereé against her and talk bad about her to Shereé, when you know that they are friends as well, and it can come back and backfire you, and you're trying to force somebody to pick a side when you can just talk to her if you really wanted to be her friend. But how can anybody trust you the way that you did Porsha, and now you're being treated like the way you treated Porsha and the way that you turned on Porsha? You're feeling the heat, like, you know what I mean? So you were better off staying with Porsha than trying to destroy her. Okay, so in any event, moving on from that situation, so they're going back and forth. And so Marlo basically is calling out Kenya Moore, saying that she was the bone collector. Kenya Moore says that she was an accurate bone collector, and she lets her know that, Kandi does not care about what Shereé said or did. She cares about what you did and what you was trying to do, and therefore she don't mess with you no more. And Marlo said, what that's gonna do, that's gonna stop me from eating at 5 stars restaurant. And Kenya said, it might. And when Kenya said it might, I don't know if she was being joking, or she didn't know what to really say, or it was Kenya giving us some tea that she might be getting kicked off the show because we don't see no Phaedra back. You know what I mean? She said, well, is that going to stop me from eating 5-star dinners? And Kenya said it might, if you don't have this job at the Real Housewives of Atlanta, because the rumor is that, Kandi was pulling for you to get your job. You got your peach now, so they just can't really get rid of you like that unless they don't renew your contract. Okay. And it depends on how long your contract is. But in any event, so I was like, okay. Then Kenya said that, after Kandi gathered all the information that she gathered, she realized that you really haven't been a friend to her, so therefore she don't want to mess with you no more. And Marlo said, okay, so you pretend to show me how to be a friend, Kenya. And then Kenya said, I don't need to show you how to be a friend. And so then Marlo basically saying all Kenya Moore does is hurt her, stab her in the back, breaks her down, make her cry, tears her in pieces and things of that nature. I think Marlo doesn't know how to play nasty in a nasty, good way. It doesn't have to be like beefing. You know what I mean? She don't have to beef with Kenya. She doesn't have to beef with Kandi. She could be nice and nasty, throw shade, and keep it moving, be happy, and, not try to do any other hand stuff or try to go below the belt when you're bringing up people's kids or you're bringing up husbands and things of that nature. And so now it gets to be ugly. And Marlo basically saying, what about where's your man at? Where's your man Mark? You was with a man that treated you so fake. You was with a man that treated you so bad. You was with a man that did. And Kenya Moore said, yes, I was. And I have my daughter. What do you have? And I'm a mom. I was like, ooh, Kenya threw that mommy shot at Marlo. Then Marlo said, well, you can't keep a man. Then Marlo was like, well, your butt is fake. I was like, and then Kenya says, I am perfect, bitch. And so Marlo says, well, you didn't tell Mark that you was perfect. You didn't tell Mark that you was perfect. And then boom, bada bing, and it just goes off from there, y'all. It just goes off, and Marlo gets close. You didn't tell Mark that you was perfect. She was like, you better get out my face. And Kenya's getting close, and she got that hand right in Marlo's face. Marlo's getting close. She's smiling. She wants to be hit because she wants, a bag of something with the situation, or basically to have Kenya jump out of her, regular self and get into an altercation. But Kenya's pissed because she's saying, you didn't tell Mark that you was perfect, basically throwing up in her face like, oh, you got with this guy, look how he treated you, and he called you kin, and he did this, that to you, and now you're gonna act like you perfect. You wasn't thinking you was perfect with him. You was insecure. That's what Marlo was basically saying. You didn't tell Mark you was perfect. I was just like, damn, like, oh, like that friendship didn't even last, not even not even this season. Like the friendship was over between Marlo and Kenya, like in the beginning. Like it just went downhill so fast, and they were supposed to be working it out. Oh, it didn't work out. It didn't work out at all. Kandi crying up a storm. So this is gonna be crazy, y'all. It's a crazy whole situation. Point blank. Period. Marlo is in John Amos wig. Lord have mercy. I wanted Kenya to mush her in the face so bad, and if Kenya get fired, I'll give her a job. Yep. In one of my my child care centers. Okay, Robin. In fact, Kenya could had okay, I see what you're saying. Kenya said that Sonia will change her before the season ends. Okay, so we shall see. Forehead senior, yes. Send the black forehead senior. But in any event, like, yes, it gets ugly. And basically everybody has complaints. And it's really with, it's really with the OGs, the complaints. You know what I mean? And this is stemming back from a whole lot of things. Everything ain't cool. Like, because it wouldn't look like this if it was. You know what I mean? So it's just like, oh, they're giving us the drama. And so Mañeta, she put her hand on Kenya's hand, so Kenya's hand would not touch Marlo's face. and Kenya's moving closer, and somebody grabbed, Kenya's hand to hold it back and trying to push Kenya back. Like somebody need to, because Kenya was moving, Drew out the way so Sonia wouldn't smack her. And Sonia said, I would never hit Drew when she was on Watch What Happens Live. I would never hit Drew. I would never do that. Okay, girl. You don't know how you look on TV, baby. This, look at Kenya's mouth. Marlo got her mouth wide open, like, yeah, hit me. Kenya hand is so close to her face, y'all. So close. Hey, Magnificent Adams, how you doing? All these ladies talk about you, not just Sonia. I said all the other ladies were talking about her, especially when they pulled up in the car and they was, talking about her situation. But Sonia is the one that does it with malice. Sonia is malice with her hate towards Drew, and it should be no hate. All the other ladies has a reason to, they have a reasonable reason to want to hate Drew, but they don't hate Drew. She has done some real things to them. Okay, she's very malice with it. But yeah, they came close, baby. They came close. So in any event, that's pretty much it. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for coming through. Much love to each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a blessed week, a wonderful Monday, and may you travel safe throughout, your journeys throughout the week, and you are all protected, baby, and keep your head up and keep fighting, keep moving, keep going, keep striving, and, keep believing. And keep coming back to see Maryjanetv Creation. Peep Squad is in the building. Thank you guys so much. Peace and blessings to each and every one of y'all. I would have the phone lines open, but my allergies are so bad, and I got through with only 2 calls. So peace and love. Good night, y'all.